I can't believe I'm hearing Germany's Chancellor calling out misplaced tolerance in the context of mass migration. There has to be some sort of progress, right? But tragically, all it took was yet another deadly terror attack, this time claiming the lives of a young 2-year-old boy and a 41-year-old man who tried to save the boy's life. It all started yesterday when 2 employees at a daycare center in Bavaria decided to take 5 small children out for a walk in a nearby English-style garden. It didn't take long before the adults realized they were being followed by an unknown male. As they tried to hurry back to the daycare, the knife-wielding assailant struck, resulting in those 2 fatalities. The man arrested in connection with the murders is a 28-year-old foreign national from Afghanistan. Chancellor Olaf Scholz is already calling it an act of terror, though police have not released an official motive. Scholz says immediate consequences are needed and no more talk. In a statement, he argued, quote, "I am sick of such acts of violence occurring every few weeks, of attackers who came to us seeking protection. Misplaced tolerance is completely inappropriate," end quote. He may be worried that before next month's parliamentary elections, this sort of an attack makes the rights case for them, specifically the AfD. Remember that last month a Saudi doctor reportedly mowed down 6 people and injured hundreds more in a Christmas market attack in Germany. And a Syrian suspect allegedly killed 3 and injured 8 during a street festival back in August in an attack that ISIS took responsibility for. It's also worth pointing out that in July of last year, there was an attack in Southport, England, so going now to England, in which little girls attending a Taylor Swift-themed dance class were stabbed, killing 3. The victims were aged just 6 to 9 years old. This led to mass protests, some of which descended into riots. Even posting online against Islam or accusing the attacker of being a terrorist landed many UK citizens behind bars. For that entire news cycle, the media relied on showing the attacker as a young child, as you see here. It's only now, this week as I'm talking to you, that we are seeing his mugshot from right after the stabbing spree, now that the killer has admitted to his crimes and is currently facing sentencing. I wonder why they never wanted to show this mugshot while they were busy locking up concerned citizens. Joining us now to discuss is Robert Spencer, the director of Jihad Watch. Robert, thanks for being here tonight.
Kara, very good to see you back. Welcome back.
I appreciate it. So do you think Olaf Scholz is really changing his tune, or is he just worried that popularist anger over the source of attacks could sink his party in next month's elections?
Oh, I sure hope that his party will be sunk, but I don't have any doubt whatsoever that he's not sincere about this. Olaf Scholz is a socialist, internationalist, globalist. He's got an active Marxist past, and there is no reason whatsoever why he would be saying these things now, except that he sees the electoral writing on the wall. He's the successor of Angela Merkel, who set all this going in Germany, and there is no doubt whatsoever that if his party retains power, they will keep on pursuing the policies that made all this happen and flooded Germany with millions of Muslim migrants who will never assimilate, who are taught not to assimilate, and who will continue to do violence against the native population in accord with the teachings of their religion.
Yeah, because a lot of them come here hating the countries that they're a part of, that they're trying to get into. They are here for the money, they're here for the benefits, and they're here to subvert and to make the crescent, throw down the cross. And unfortunately, that's the spiritual warfare that we're fighting. I know in Turkey, for example, Erdogan, he always brings back the Crusades, and, they're the ones who sacked Constantinople, and now sadly renamed it Istanbul, and they made the Hagia Sophia a beautiful Christian church, now is an Islamic mosque, and they're hoping to kind of carry that throughout Europe. And I mean, I know a lot of European liberals want to pretend that we're somehow past all of that, but large swaths of this world are not past that. And the left always tries to say, well, and then they play with statistics, right? And they'll say, well, actually, you native people to this land, you're the more dangerous, violent ones, and our migrant friends are far, far nicer and better and more pleasant than you are. But that's not true. And also because they lump in a lot of domestic violence, and as horrific as that is, that's still a completely different flavor and context than you having to fear going to the park because some madman with a knife is going to target you for your nationality, your religion, and everything else, and he's going to stab you to death, and he's going to stab small children to death. That's a very different type of fear. This is a very different type of violence, and that is what we see concentrated with these populations coming in. You see random violent attacks on people going about their daily lives. You see Christmas markets being attacked because they're Christian, and the guy was trying to make a point about migration into Germany. That's what you see. You see the mass rapes. We saw what's being being uncovered about England in the Rotterdam scandal just gets worse and worse the more we find out about it.